I came back to Auckland after a couple of months, and one of my friends that I used to drink and drug with, he reached out for some help. And this is a mate of mine, and I was like, okay, I'll go see him. So I went and saw him on the Thursday, and it was just chaos. Like he had there was a lot going on in his life. The people around him were really also unwell, and he wasn't ready to get clean and sober on that day. A few days later, he was really at this point of desperation, and I took him out to my home group, and he came and he went afterwards with this group of people, and he said he really felt connected, and like for the first time, he wouldn't share because he said if he shared, he knew he was going to break down and cry. Yeah. And this is let's just say a very tough guy that's got into fights with police and got this whole history of antisocial behavior. Yeah. And he was within this meeting, and he's like, I can't share. Like he told me afterwards because he was about to cry. Wow.
In that
context.
12-step as well?
Yes, this was 12-step. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this was my home group. And one particular guy who shared it within that meeting, he just felt it so strongly. And he was almost in tears. Then on Sunday, we went to another meeting and went and had coffee and stuff. And he met a few more people. Sunday night, he was texting me. He's like, oh, how are you doing? And I said, I'm all right. Then he said he's all right as well. And he's watching Bathurst or something. I think he was really into his cars, And then in the early hours of Monday morning, he ended up killing himself. And that spiraled me because I didn't expect that to be the end result, So I was already on like a bit of thin ice due to, all the stuff before. Yeah. And then all of a sudden this happens, and a month later, I ended up having a full-on breakdown. Of course. 2.5 years sober, 2.5 years off drugs, 2.5 years. And I thought, this is not what recovery is meant to look like, right? Like you're meant to get sober and clean and your life's meant to be amazing. And I had this point where I just lost a friend. It was a very dark moment.
Yes. Yeah.
I ended up in the psych ward, also suicidal, mental health stuff had hit this thing.
Yeah.
And
it really triggered you, of course, because it's your friend.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I often thought about like, why did I get a chance to get sober and clean and actually get to enjoy this life that's just become better and better as time has gone on? Well, he's died. And since then, many have passed. This is the unfortunate reality of addiction and mental health. Like, I'm going to a funeral tomorrow of one of my friends. He's actually Malaysian as well. And he was 40. There's been friends I have lost within their 20s, within their 30s. His one was more alcohol related, health stuff that he was told basically 2 or 3 years ago, if he drank again, he would die. Yeah. And then I remember being in his apartment maybe 4 or 5 months later, and he was in full-blown relapse drinking. And I was like, I don't know, this is it. Because he knew the news. But he survived another 2 years. There's been a lot of people that I have known that have passed due to addiction and mental health stuff. And that's really motivated also reason why I want to stay in the sector, particularly from a lived experience perspective, because I've been there. I've had 2 suicide attempts in my life. I've had, 2 overdoses. I've gone through all this. And then I've also been on the other end where I've had this whānau experience of having friends that have taken their lives. There's been quite a few of them, or that they've, gone overdosed and died, or that they've had alcohol-related deaths, and it's always tragic, and it's something now like that actually motivates me to keep going in the sector. I might not be the one that makes the biggest changes or anything like this, but if I can just reach one person and save their life for that moment.